My name existed forever, before Christians came in America, even better. With click sounds in their mouths was language for humans. With stick figures and K's, my name's written fluid. Nasty like way before even Rome had a sewage. For 50,000 years ago, if I could choose its origin, since there's nothing to gain by assuming, I'ma say the definition of my name, the truest. I shock them like real product. Creep with baddies in sequence, dresses with high strung. Fresh off the jet, you can see my vision where I've come. How much time y'all got? Yo, Preem, let's drop something. What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? NAS. King James, Kenneth St. Michael, polygamous minded, 7 wives on ridiculous timing. They always share the same title. That be the talk. That's foul like a stop in Frisk, New York. I thought by 40 rapping is corny. How wrong was I? Never would have thought that 50 new songs by now.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. Shy of the 25 to the 24.
Mustang 19. Come on, come on.
Jackson first play gonna throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. You talk about this Chiefs defense. And they've been excellent against the pass. The number 6 unit in the NFL.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because guess what? They're facing the number 1 passing offense in the NFL. It's definitely a pretty good day for them.
Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not backing up.
Now a first down carry here from the pole. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, second down. Now a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Throwing is Jackson. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 36. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
That's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw. It's a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The Broncos at 7-3 now on the year. They coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here we go. Ready.
Jackson tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And that is incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Now it's Cutler. And he's got this one to Henderson. It's caught. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From the gun, it's Cutler. He finds his man complete. It's Peterson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 1.
To throw, Cutler. That is caught. And he will have the Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their 1st drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you. Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Throwing again, it's Cutler. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
His kick
Point after,
is good.
right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Broncos nothing.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage here by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
21-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, or they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They've been excellent against the pass. The number 6 unit in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Here's Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
He'll try to do it himself. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone Obviously, your body
breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got him this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that. That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. As they've got it as we resume action. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot more momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Got it. Ready?
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 39. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
39-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, Cowboy 80.
Now Jackson. He gets it to Thomas. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd
Ready.
and 2.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and a couple.
70, get moving. Ready.
Now an inside give to McCoy. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Back to 50, back to 50.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Ready.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Completes it to Hayward Bay. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2.
70 Rangers, let's go. 70, let's go.
Now it's Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last lap by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. situation.
First and goal, Kansas City.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Peterson will take this one in. It's a Chiefs touchdown. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And the Broncos.
One play has them to the 37 here for first and 10.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready.
Here's Jackson. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Third down and 9.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 9.
18. Here we go. Set. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Warriors 70.
Jackson. Going to drop this off to McCoy. Complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
70.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
From the gun, Jackson. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Jackson going to keep it. The man open is Hayward Bay. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now it's Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Here's 2nd and 10.
19 Lions.
To throw is Jackson. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Buffalo 18. Mustang 19. 7 Pirates. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Trap 60. Trap 60. Ready.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got it. And the Broncos are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now McCoy. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Now the Broncos are going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Ready? 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles, 79 Broncos.
Third and goal, Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
The kick is good.
Extra point splits the difference. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Launching one for Henderson. And this one is incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. It's Cutler. Airing one out deep for Holmes here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This taken in right around the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. The Broncos say they have it. They do. So that's a solid start to the second half. You come out of the lockers losing, thinking you're kicking it away, not going to have it, but boom, the fumble, they get it right back.
I don't know whether they even drew that up on the board or was it just said, but they had to have it. They needed a spark to get them going here in the second half, and they got it right away.
And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
Cup 19, Cup 19. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Ready?
Jackson now. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long.
19 Tigers, Mustang, 19 tight, 19 tight. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Chop 60, chop 18. Looking
to throw. Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Turnt. They're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19.
It's fourth down.
Buffalo 18, 19 Lions. Warriors 70, 60 Maverick. 6, go.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Touchdown! A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Broncos take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 21. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And able to get this out to the 25. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. That's taken in by Henderson. And able to break one tackle, but that would be brought down. But a nice little gain. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now Cutler looking to throw. He's got his open man here. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
First and 10.
First down, here's the run with Peterson. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
The kicker on
A great play there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First and 10 at the 37.
Throwing is Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 10th carry now from the 4. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it. But it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you when you got the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go now. Go.
Up the middle, here's the call. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. So he jumped as a safety. You might know a thing or two about that from your playing days.
Well, I remember creeping up near the line of scrimmage on certain blitzes or certain coverages. Never jumped off sides, though.
Not once?
Not once. I wish I...
Touchdown, Broncos! Jalen Coker with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Broncos have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd.
His kick is
Extra point right down the middle. And we are all tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
It's 2nd down.
Now it's Cutler. Full right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Cutler. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick. Whether it's a field goal attempt, a punt after the touchdown, or worst, a punt. This time they had an opportunity but didn't get it. Because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
Second and 10.
Come on, go!
Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's taken down for the number before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Jackson going to keep it. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season. From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Again, it's McCoy. And he'll take it down shy to 45 to 46. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready, ready.
They'll run with Burgess.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Brings up
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Second down, 8 yards to go.
19 Lions. 19 tight. 19, 60 Maverick. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. The way he's throwing football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like that there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Here now, third down. Out of shotgun, it's McCoy.
You got to let them do it right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
first down.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now.
70 Timberwolves. Go.
Throwing, Jackson. This is Jennings. He caught it right at the line of scrimmage. Before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they can be big.
Oh, he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A big play looming on third down.
Let's go. Cougar 19. Mustang 19. 60 Bobcat. 60. 19 tight. 70 Ranger. 70. 18. 5. Tap 60. Tap.
Jackson to throw. Jackson going to keep it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the fourth quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
first and 10 here.
19,
Throwing now is Cutler. Looking for his tight end in the corner. It's complete. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Cutler to throw. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Under 50 seconds to play. Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Cutler. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's Cutler. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
Back to throw. It's caught. Reception by Holmes. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Third and
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. He's back to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Throw left side complete. That's Peterson. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play. Get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Back to throw. And with 4 seconds remaining, they will call the timeout. So just enough of a cushion there to bring on the field goal unit and try to send this one to the extra session. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
This is first and 10.
60 backwards, 60 backwards. Come on.
They go now to McCoy. He's seen a ton of action this afternoon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there. So 4 quarters couldn't decide it, and it'll be the Chiefs who get the football first in this overtime session. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have fought hard to reach this point. They've got the ball first. Remember, though, even if they score, it will quiet this crowd, but it doesn't end the game. But a chance to put a solid drive together here and at least get 3 and hopefully for them a touchdown. 167 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, check no move, check no move. Let's go, Viking, 18. 70 Lion. 75, 19, tuck, 18, run, 19 Lion.
First throw in overtime now for Cutler. This will be caught just inside the 10. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down. Here's Cutler. That is caught. Touchdown. They strike first here in overtime. Point after here coming up. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Chiefs 38, Broncos 31.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
60. 70.
First throw in overtime now for Jackson. Looking long for Thomas. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a good play, but he could not pull it in. Now a 2nd and 10. Again to McCoy. Now he's loose at the 40. And he'll get this all the way down to the Chiefs' 21-yard line. A huge play there in overtime. 54 yards on the ground. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Offensively, back-to-back really nice plays. This defense, they've got 2 timeouts. Maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards, I'm focused on run or pass. I count it as an explosive play. That sets your defense back on its heels. A timeout here would be a good idea and try and get themselves settled because we're in OT. This is big time.
60 Eagle. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Mustang 19. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Let's go.
Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one you might look back on as being a turning point. If he holds on to that, this game's over. But that's going to give this offense a second lease on life, and you can't afford to do that here in overtime.
Of course, this definitely 4-down territory. Gotta have a touchdown on these next 2 plays. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
60 Eagle. Warrior 70. Ready.
Now Jackson. Jackson going to keep it. And this will be caught as they convert here for two. A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business, not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much, too.
So for the Broncos, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.